Today I wanted to focus on something a little bit more modern, where most of my videos seem to be focused on the past. And yes, there is a great mystery, an absolute mystery, as to what happened in our past. Floods, mud floods, bombings, crater marks, all over the world. And really, much of it is left out of our history. Our history is portrayed as, primitive type people in comparison, running around with primitive technologies. And yet, that's not what we see at all. That's not what we see in the architecture and even the technologies that we are beginning to realize are technologies, where, for a long time, again, we viewed these people as primitive, even though their building style was greater than ours. But nevertheless, these people were wiped out, and we have a big mystery to solve. But why I'm making this yes, more ancient type minded people are being wiped out still as we speak. But we are also being wiped out right now. And most people don't have time or concern to look at the past. But what's even more scary is that people don't have the time or concern to look at the present and what's going on right here, right now in our backyards. And again, this is a worldwide phenomenon.
Hey, is there any way you could charge this up for me? If I had a cord, do you have a box?
Homes,
an extra
businesses,
box you could charge it for me? I'll be over there.
In select locations,
I have a
being charred,
cord.
being completely charred, and these fires are being blamed on forest fires. But if you've been noticing anything in these pictures, the forests are perfectly fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're gonna be out front?
Yeah, just right over here.
Okay.
There.
Take a Samsung?
Yeah. Oh, you already got a cord? You don't need my cord? I guess I got a cord too.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
You can charge it?
Yeah, cool. I got a cord if you need it. I don't want to take your charge. Is that cool?
Let's see. I'm at 70%. We're good.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I will, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't know if you had an extra box. If you had an extra box, I got an extra cord.
No, I only had the one.
Okay, but you can charge you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, brother.
Of course.
All right, bro. Sorry about that.
Perfectly fine. Even look at this little shrub right here. It's like the fire burnt all around it. This shrub will probably come back to life. It doesn't look, small tree, whatever it is. So, yes, what is going on right now? And now there's a lot of people making great videos showing this, but I'm afraid a lot of people don't really care. And this is insane. If you notice, the vegetation is not burnt. Whatever burnt these houses down would have burnt the remaining little bit of vegetation here. Here we still see green grass in the middle. Now, I've talked to people about this, and it's so strange, the amnesia and the complacency that people have. They don't care. Nobody really cares. And again, simply watching this amazing footage, which I will leave the link to the original video below. But this is amazing. This is what's going on right now. And there's thousands upon thousands. But I thought this little neighborhood, just this little neighborhood, was a perfect example of what we're seeing here. So forget about well, let's just say forest fire or attack. To me, this is an attack, and this is a controlled attack. Now, what can do this? I'll just jump right to it. Microwave technology can do this. Microwave technology will not affect natural, like the grass and the trees, but anyone knows you could throw a piece of broccoli in a microwave, but if you throw a piece of tinfoil, and now if there's a nail in a piece of wood, well, you're going to start to catch fire. But now that piece of broccoli right next to the wood with the nail in it in a microwave will be perfectly fine. I mean, it might wilt a little bit, as you see with the vegetation. Yes, there is wilting, but these are not forest fires. Worldwide again. I mean, a recent one was in Greece, and we saw the same thing. Worldwide. And this is amazing. This is very similar to what we see in the past. And what we see in the past is the wiping out of entire cities without really anyone to point the finger at. I mean, when we hear of Napoleon moving into, I believe it was Russia, to overtake the city, it was empty. It was already wiped out. So what of such things? What can we make of such things? We have an enemy that we don't know. And right now, this is amazing. I mean, here, these fires have happened in Canada. Now we can just wipe out neighborhoods, maybe jump back and forth, different parts of the world, and you can systematically level and relocate people. You can push them in the directions that you want to push them in. Now, a lot of you have heard about Agenda 21, and if you haven't, I suggest a quick search of it. And Agenda 21 is a United Nations plan to locate people in populous areas, populous cities, and to have big, free, open areas where they don't want people. They don't want people spread out all over and living in remote areas. They want everyone in controllable metro populous areas. And I've seen great videos. Plain Truth is a great one, and he laid one of these Agenda 21 maps right on top of the forest fires in America, and oh my, they sure did line up. One laid on top of another. And I just want to say this is not accidental. And they will say it's a natural phenomenon, and people don't like to be scared. It's just that simple. It's like you can hear something and you can decide, oh wow, that's scary, that's real, and that's scary, and now I'm concerned. Or at that very moment that you hear a truth or see a truth, you could say, you know what, that is not that, and that is nothing. And you could very simply decide that in a moment and write it off and go back to your comfort zone and just write that off. Similar to a child that can fall on the ground and scrape their knee, but immediately they look at the parent and say, how should I react? Should I cry? Or should I laugh? And they could go either way. And eventually we learn this in life about situations. How will we treat the situation? And, these topics are uncomfortable. And the idea that we're under attack by an unknown enemy is really uncomfortable. I mean, it'd be more comfortable if, someone could handle, such and such enemy dropped a bomb on this town. Okay, we could handle that. We know the enemy. And if someone would have an opinion, we better retaliate or something of that nature. But something like this, these fires, an unknown enemy, I mean, these things happened in a flash. And we also have a lot of footage of laser. We can see laser flashes in the sky. A lot of news crews that were filming the fires caught a lot of these lasers. And there's a lot of evidence. And even further, I'll take this one step further. Not too far. But 9/11. I believe this is the same type of technology. What brings something down? Metal structures. What brings them down and crumbles them into powder? I mean, anyone who's ever hit a piece of metal with a torch, just a little plumbing torch, I don't care, 1,000 degrees of pure flame focused is not phasing a piece of metal. I don't care how much fire you could blast steel columns with. They're not going down. Maybe a plane will bend it, an aluminum can, essentially, an aluminum airplane. Maybe it'll bend a little bit of steel, maybe. But steel is much more superior. Nor fire, nor aluminum is going to phase steel. And I think we're seeing the same things with these fires. We're seeing a focused microwave technology that brings structures and renders them into powder. And this is something greater than anything that we've ever really been taught about. And so I'll leave it at that. And I thank you for joining me today. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And have a blessed day.